Welcome back to RSL Group C. We're on to our next match. It's the Gang versus Bagetti Bolonato. We saw Bagetti Bolonato play incredibly well against Pending just a few matches ago. The Gang, we saw them play against Ben. Didn't quite get to see exactly what they had coming there, so I'm kind of curious what we're going to see. I'm going to just give this over to Matt, see what he has to say about this.
So, the way I feel is that, okay, so we didn't really get to see the Gang's full potential earlier because they were playing against Ben. And so far, I mean, Ben haven't played Bagetti Bolonato, who are the only other team that have won all their games. But, like, Ben so far have looked like absolute machines. They've looked to be at the top of this group pretty solidly. Again, not yet because Bagetti can bring it back later, but they've looked very, very strong. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Gang plays when they're not against, like, absolute titans. Again, though, Bagetti, really tough competition. We watched, a couple of sets ago, they're really, really solid 2-1 comeback against Pending. So now we're going to have to see how both of these teams are going to do against, I don't know, each other. The opponents.
Yes, the opponents, Matthew, yes. The opponents being the Gang this time. So we're going to be on the same map list that we just saw in the last Ben match. We're going to be on Clan Blitz on Mako. We're going to be on Umami Ruin Splat Zones and Tower Control Sturgeon, which honestly, Sturgeon is one of my favorite maps in the game. It's an absolute banger map. I know Matt's probably going to go, no, Sturgeon's bad, Sturgeon. Oh, is it? Okay, Matt says Sturgeon's fine. But I want to know what you feel about Mako, Matt. I want to know how you feel about Mako clams.
You know what you did. I actually think Mako Clams it's like kind of suffocating. Like it can be pretty claustrophobic to play. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of tough angles, but if you can get control, it's like I think it's hard to play, but I think it's a good map. I think it's difficult to play and it's difficult to find the right positioning and get your team together. But if you can coordinate yourselves and you know what you're doing with the map, I think it's a fun one to play. I think it's a well-designed one. I'm interested to see how these teams approach it with the weapons that they were pulling out. I think we saw a Wiper on the side of Bagetti, Desert. So I think that weapon in particular could be very, very strong and difficult to deal with here. So I'm going to be interested to see how they utilize that weapon with the rest of their team.
Yeah, I'm curious here with Mevlingo as well. Mevlingo playing the ballpoint in the last couple of games. Is going to be playing ballpoint again. Absolutely looking quite demonic on that. We do see the Octopus coming out, which is a bit of an interesting choice from Eric. We'll see how that one plays out. And even then, Lean on the Flingza. We know Lean is a bit of a Tenta-Missile spammer, so we're going to see how that one goes for him too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So we're going to probably see a lot of missiles coming out from the Gang, which I think makes sense for this map. Missiles are very strong. Octobrush being taken down early, so does put the Gang in a nice advantage. Tetris going to be moving forward to get a lot of damage out of the Tri-Slasher being forced backwards, but it actually does get taken out as the Tri does live and get the support from the ballpoint. Oh, but the Suction Bomb in a great position. So Hat is now going to be pushing up. It's only the Octobrush left, and we'll be moving forwards really, really quickly with that Zap Caller and getting the first score of the game and taking it down to 80 points remaining.
Not a huge score, obviously. They do manage to get a couple follow-up clams, and they don't have a massive amount of clams in the bank, as well as the fact that Bagetti have already come back and are claiming back their own space. Lemon in the backline does get taken out, not before distracting the whole of Bagetti with that. And, well, I was hoping what I was going to say, letting the Gang back into the map. But, unfortunately, they lose 2 members in the mid, and it's Bagetti on the advantage here, so they have an opportunity to reduce the score just a little. What a find! Finding Lemon there, just like seeing him on the floor, huge.
And a really, really strong inkjet from Mevlingo, so really opening up for his team. And will get the third onto the Flinger as well. So brilliantly played and allowing Bagetti to start pushing forwards now. Eric has 7 clams, so 1 away from that power. And it looks like they've got a power behind them in spawn as well, so they could do a lot here. The Zipcaster is going to be used on this Octobrush, a weapon we don't see often utilizing the special, just it's not played too often, and will actually be helping the team open up a situation. 3 going down on the side of the Gang. It's just going to be Hat, and a score is finally coming through for Bagetti. Their first of the game, and they're going to have a few clams followed up, but they're going to need to get some more if they want to take the lead, because currently, not got too many. They are getting the picks, they've got the inkjet, they've got the control, but they've got to get some clams ASAP, but a Wipeout is going to help them out immensely here to give them time to do that.
Yeah, again, I want to point out Mevlingo there, right in the corner, just absolutely, like, raining down damage on the enemy team. Might not have gotten too many splats there, but did get all of the assists basically every member of the team, and managing to get just down to 44. Not a huge push, but, well, it gives them the lead. So Bagetti in the lead now, and the Gang need to find a way back into their side of the map after, well, suffering such a crushing clam loss.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult one, but it is going to be Lemon pushing up really, really aggressively onto the point, getting a lot of damage, but is able to back up, being on the high ground, being on their own side of the map. The reach side going to be used just to get out of there. I kind of like that usage, because honestly, it's not the strongest special what I was going to use it for. Gets that pick, actually gets a second before getting traded, so a great situation situation for the gang to get in here. They've got a power clam on the right side, but they need to get to it. They're pushed back really, really far into the middle. They're nowhere near the clams. They're going to lose the power clam because of it. Manic's going to go in and try and keep it open, but unfortunately, they're going to lose the power because they didn't commit to it. They went with some other clams, but they did get some more in, so the points are still open. And Lemon's got a lot, so they could get the lead here, but unfortunately, a bit too far back. Is going to focus on surviving and going next push, but made a huge dent for the next one that they take.
Yeah, Bagetti do lose the Octobrush there as well, so that's not a great loss for them. They're going to have to fight back. Manic does go down. Lemon does manage to get a trade, but 2 members going down for Bagetti off the back of that. The Trizuka does come out to try and force them back, and yeah, the gang are going to wait. Oh, or maybe not. Or the Trizuka will pick up another kill and put Bagetti again in the hot seat, looking towards. They have the power clam, they have the space. 2 members down, just the zap and the flings to hold this one back. The power clam getting dangerously close to that basket, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking at Mevlin and the 6 clams and thinking, uh-oh.
Yeah, especially with that power getting scored, there's a lot of clams to be played here. Mevlin needs to live though, and actually pops the Inkjet to try and get some picks. So as long as Eric's going to be able to keep the basket open and support him, then they've got a lot to do here. But they need to get these picks, and so far everyone's staying alive. Lean does go down, but Lemon's still up, and Lemon gets Mev, which means the clams will be taken out. But a lot of scores coming out from Eric and Akio. Desert now moving forward, getting some picks as well, and will be scoring himself, getting it down under 30. Lean drops, does get Desert, but Akio follows up, gets some more clams in, and now even though Lemon drops, just one after another, Bagetti players are just able to do their job a little bit and get even more clams in, down to 19, and even though their push is coming to an end, it's a great one going into the last minute of the game.
Yeah, Bagetti, they're just going in like lemmings and basically saying, yeah, I throw my clams in and die, and then I'll throw my clams in and then I'll die, and look at that, that's another 3 down. Bagetti doing a huge job here. They've got another opportunity, not enough clams on the board for them yet, but they're already opening up the enemy side of the gang, and 19, that's pretty achievable to get that knockout.
Yeah, 100%. But now to 1v1. It's just Lemon and the T-Tech. So the T-Tech will be moving forward, trying to actually fish it. Lemon playing his space. Very, very smart. Backs off and takes the high ground. That's a UK champ for you. Has a bunch of clams ready to try and get some scores, but does lose them. Choosing to try and live with the reside, but does get taken out. A great punish by Eric the Octobrush, almost getting 3, but will actually get taken out by that 96. A lot of clams are on the side of the gang right now, but not yet going for the score. I guess they are forced back into their own side of the map right now. The missiles do come through, 3 of them, so they are going to have to try and get a push going. That clam is going to get destroyed, so they don't have much more time to gather much more. Eric again gets another, but taken out by Manic. It's given Bagetti a great situation. Only 20 seconds left, and they've got the entire map to themselves.
Entire map to themselves and a power clam, which is all they need to seal the deal on this match. 10 seconds left, the clam is scored. Just need to start hailing them in. They do lose 2 members, they lose 3 members even, but it's a 1v1 in the center, 1 on respawn. Eric manages to win that fight against the Flings out. All Hat has to do is stop it, but he can, and that's going to be Bagetti for the first map.
Yeah, Bagetti for the first map, and it was a strong one too. Definitely had some back and forths in there, but I think that like strong push in the middle really solidified Bagetti as the winning team for that match. But it was a close one. Like, you know, there was the one major push that put Bagetti over the edge and gave them the advantage in this game. But I definitely think we're in for a good set here. It's not looking like a wipeout.
No, I mean, I think the gang put up a really good fight there. Even though they didn't get too many clams and they were trading constantly, there was a lot of fights that they were going their way. Just didn't quite manage to get the clams on the board. They didn't quite get the spawns they wanted. I mean, you could call it RNG on Clam Blitz, but honestly, it was a good game between the pair of them. We're going to be going on to Splat Zones on Umami Ruins now, and between these two, I mean, look, I bigged up Bagetti for the Splat Zones comps. I think Bagetti are going to be good on Splat Zones, but the gang, with the Tetras, we were talking about it with Noctis, we were talking about it with Rocky, but playing those Tetra or Blaster-type weapons on Umami Ruins, as long as you have a great painting core, is absolutely horrible. Incredible.
Yeah, and I think Lemon's been putting up a great performance so far. So if he's able to keep that distraction, like stay on their side and move people over, and as long as the rest of the gang are able to capitalize off the space that's being created, then this could be a great map for them. What I want to see is like more of a structure from the team. I don't know, you know, like where is the communication falling apart? Is the distraction not being followed through on? Is the distraction not being said? But as long as people follow up on what Lemon is doing, it could be great for them here. Thank you, Takimi. I received your message, and I couldn't be a prouder father.
Where's my love, Takimi? What's going on here? Why are you just sending it to Matt? What's going on? Why can't I get that love? We're supposed to be the UK Mafia, okay? All right. Anyway, no, back to the match. So the gang and Bagetti Bolonato, we're going to be starting into that game very shortly. I can see out of the corner of my eye that they're quite just about readying up. So I'm hoping we're going to see Tetras, but I'm also hoping from Bagetti we're going to see that Junior, because Eric on that Junior took a lot of space for the Momentum Maria, and I want to see that same thing happening here on Umami Ruins.
Yeah, the Junior's an interesting one because the bubble change this patch is interesting to say the least, because like it looks like a buff, it makes it bigger. That's good. That's good for your team. But I think the thing that can be scary for Junior, if you're popping it in a selfish situation where you just want to take a fight, sometimes it lets them into your bubble a bit. But like, it's still been really great. And I think what Eric's done, which is amazing, is he's not been using it so selfishly. He's realized this is a buff for the special when you use it with a team and you help with your team, which is what it's done. But yeah, he's coming out here, and on the Gang, we've got the Dually instead of the Tetra, and we've got the S-Blaster coming out, the new one being taken into this map.
I'm curious to see how the S-Blast is going to work here. It's that range modifier with the jumping. We did talk about it earlier as well. I'm curious how that's going to work for them. Blaster, like I was mentioning with Noctis, does have a good advantage on that top site. That being said, not so much when you're playing against the Splatana Wiper, as 2 members go down for the Gang, and Bagetti Bolonato already pushing up into spawn.
Yeah, Bagetti are taking a lot of space here, and they've got specials too to follow it. And not only that, the Splash is down. Swiper's going to be putting a lot of pressure on this side, but does get taken out, so it will be a 3v3 situation. As the rest of Bagetti do go down, and there are 2 members of the Gang to try and now push into Eric, but a really nice bubble holding the zone and keeping him live in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give Matt, let his heart retrieve a little bit. He's having a bit of trouble, but Bagetti, they're ticking that down. 30 seconds left on that clock already. Well, 30 points left, I guess. It's not really a second. As 2 members go down for the Gang, and it's looking like it was against Dickerben. The Bagetti Bolonato are pushed up all the way into spawn, and they're just taking them down one by one. Desert with the hammer, Lean with a huge kill on the hammer that could open it up for them. 3 members still alive. The S-Blaster, unfortunately taken down. 7 seconds on the clock, and Mevlin is just cleaning up as that's the Gang getting wiped out, and Bagetti Bolonato winning this match.
Wow. Dominant game from Bagetti. It's closing out the series 2-0 and putting them in a great situation to try and advance to playoffs if they can... well, actually, I think that solidifies it. Yeah, that's going to be Bagetti going to playoffs with Dickerben. Yeah, so that's really, really well played from them. But of course, we still have some final rounds of games to go through. But really, really well played from them, putting on a great performance. And the Gang putting on a strong showing in game 1, but just unfortunately, Bagetti were too good in that second game. They really know what they're doing with those junior comps and how to play around it. And it's going to be nice to see how they take that through to the next day.
Yeah, really curious there. I mean, Bagetti just putting on a bit of a clinic at the end of the day, right? You would look at that comp normally and say, you know, it's a bit weird, it's a bit different. You know, running Octobrush, running Junior, it's a little bit old, it's a little bit last year type thing. But they're, well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's last year if you're doing it so well and winning these matches, okay? That's what I'm saying. And we're going to see Bagetti play another match very shortly, I believe. And we're going to see them against Dickerben. So we'll see how that goes for them. Yeah. But until then, we're going to sign off for now, and we're going to wait until the next match comes on. Okay, I can speak too.